In less than 2 weeks, voters in Iowa will help decide who will become the Republican presidential nominee. Today, candidates are making their final appeals in the Hawkeye state. After months of campaigning, former President Donald Trump still holds an overwhelming lead in the state. He's more than 30 points ahead of his closest rival, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. For more on all this, I want to bring in CBS News campaign reporter Aaron Navarro in Des Moines. So, Aaron, catch us up on what's been going on. People maybe haven't been paying attention over the holidays.
Good morning, Lindsay, and Happy New Year. That's right. Despite it being the holiday week, it was a pretty active political season. To start, Vivek Ramaswamy, the biotech entrepreneur that has seen his candidacy stall a bit despite making tons of stops here in Iowa, pulled all of his ads on TV in New Hampshire and in Iowa. And while he has said that, he doesn't believe those ads are a return on investment for him, that it opens up questions about the future of his campaign and how long he can last. And a reminder, he is self-funded, so he is funneling money to pay for those ads. The other thing, Nikki Haley, during a town hall in New Hampshire right after Christmas, was asked about the cause of the Civil War, and in her answer did not mention slavery. This opened lines of attack from some of her primary rivals, Ron DeSantis and Chris Christie being among them, as they try to kind of stall the traction she's been getting in New Hampshire and that she's looking to build here in Iowa. And then the last thing, Donald Trump was taken off the ballot in Maine by their Democratic Secretary of State. I talked to voters supporting DeSantis about this. Take a listen to what they had to say.
I don't know that that's 100% right, that he should be removed from the ballot. I think he should be able to run his race and see who wins at the end.
Put any of your candidates in place of Trump and ask yourself if you would like that. So, I mean, if they're opening the door to all kinds of stuff, I mean, you're going to do that, Pandora's box is wide open.
So, Aaron, how does Iowa set the stage for the remainder of the primary battle?
Well, if you're a candidate not named Donald Trump, this is your one chance to kind of pierce this aura of inevitability, right? He seems to lead in every poll in this primary. As you're someone like Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley that can pull off a major upset, that could set the stage for all these other states. But if you're Donald Trump, it's kind of managing expectations here. It's making sure that the win on caucus night matches his big lead in the polls. Ron DeSantis has staked his whole campaign really here in Iowa, has put in lots of work and invested a lot of time and money here. If he sees an underperformance, it raises questions about the viability of his campaign going forward. And Nikki Haley, whose campaign and super PAC are now the top spenders going into these last 2 weeks before caucus in terms of advertising and on the air, it's establishing herself as the Trump alternative. If she can beat DeSantis and maybe get within a close second of Trump, that really continues to grow the momentum she's looking to build going into New Hampshire, where her poll numbers are looking a bit better.
So based on what you're hearing on the ground, what are voters focused on going into the caucuses?
Well, in part, it's just tuning in, making sure that they're going to events, hearing from candidates what they have to say. But the main issue I hear, despite not being a border state, is immigration. They're seeing the migrants coming in and the influx of them during the Biden administration. This seems to get the most applause at candidate events that I go to. And when I ask them what their most important issue is, at least in the recent weeks, immigration is always brought up.
Aaron Navarro, thank you.